matena se ewo studio ha dada same akwa aba na pom te sen
ya menua onyame adom ahoden wo
free court na ebe
o de bi se court de your point a check akra
o si utine so enye easy o
misisi
ejina so kama pa
misisi o de na jewo ni bia na misisi na bibi aboko de
nyame adom ya ehu wa ha na che
yeah penifo so unfu do so a wo ye ni nyina well, we have not just a baby boy. Yeah, that's
wow. Great. And lawyer Sami Jemfi and Martin and Canon and lawyer Nana watching so Ebetina say, but we say, Obi, this new dimension of COVID-19 is worrying. Our strength now is to be serious with the protocol directives and pray to our maker for peace, restoration and redemption. Say Andy in Asada FM. Takwa, say, Obi, COVID is real. I have been through it and currently recuperating. It is very serious. I believe if we are doing mass testing, we would have shocking numbers. We need to take drastic measures to halt it. I've gone through, and my last 3 weeks have been tough. Charles, and anyway, Abba Charles, thank you. Thank you, and we wish you well. Yes, stranger, Mr. Ordinance, Ebeka, BBA to me, Akoye. Alhaji Hamza says, Obi, please, will you be specific about the areas that are affected the most when it comes to COVID? You made mention of Ayawaso, but we have Central Ayawaso, that is around Newtown, Cycle, Pig Farm, Alaju, and others. We also have West Wugon areas, that is Jowolo, and we also have Nima, Mamobi, and 441 areas that fall under North Ayawaso. So the question is, which particular Ayawaso are we talking about? I'm curious because I'm from Central Ayawaso, and to be specific, Pig Farm. Alhaji Hamza would get that info for you from Enra reporter, my Joe Online, FI, and I just say they mentioned Ayawaso, you know, and attributing that to Dr. Kuma Abuaji. Yebenya specifics no ede amamonemo ho bebia yewo sisia. Ekosiisen so ni. Same mamemra na fe yemfa yenkomo no enhwehwe so. And menim se wutimi kokopie mu court anopay. Obviously the Supreme Court was with more approach. Because of interlocutory applications and I'm filing in Tino. Nanka more share court in the Bekanwi and sana orders are court in the Mamu Mwediso. I didn't know fast approach because obviously the court was not happy.
Obi Medas. I mention a TFU in an one or paying social media. No cresse court no any anye a decision to defer the filing of Yadan Secreta, the infernal witness statement, pending review application. A year before the court, and they say Mubidis Asemno Yawoda. But then also normal. Normal because any practitioner of the law names a lawyer for officers of the courts, a judge for and a emrejume, senebeya periperio, and ya tentere beyejuma, the friend of the administration of justice. And in using the procedures of courts and the rules, the laws, in that process, the judges express their disappointment or their unhappiness with a strategy be and approach be and action be lawyers for one party or the other be taken in court. It is nothing extraordinary. Is it that? Because I was here they said the law is in the bosom of the judge, and as a lawyer, to me based on what you think is in the interest of your client and the case you are pursuing. To me decide say per my understanding of the law, a yes say may a deal way or quine way so. But at the end of the day, judge beat me akazo. Me no nyadwen. Kawi say I mean, and yeah, let's bear in mind that as we man so nankazakra ni mfiti ase.
Yenya
we a normal case management. And yes, a year election petition a public interest when we are higher. And can normally case management in Bonia and the judge office in chambers.
Yeah.
So Sanyama we dear
Ekosiisen
and a normal say judge because I didn't I wasn't how far I deal with this time. One far I don't what you could do say you see a normal. Oh dear you must be a dihu yao. Eh one one onyame adom omunim sanyema we no motiase nanso amanyo semti omutu futurugu Ghana foni no mu create impression bi say oh we ade nwaso bi a ebi nsida John Mahama na lawyer for ni serious omuni case omo pese omo twentwe omo nasia no mu delay the trial na dia keka ho omo na ye di omo ho yawo because after no nya no kwafo they said they know many would dim go na make actual it is either they have deliberately decided to be mischievous say yeah they be twa nkontompo na even before the hearing begins yeah the John Mahama na lawyer ho fin ana say e be our law no musua no school no refi. And here I'm referring to people like lawyer Frank Davies, Kojo Ponkroma, and other spokespersons of the second respondent. Deliberately, you see, say, Oma Bopo say, ye the assembly, no, ye beka ni bua, and sakra na court naka. Ye beka bua in the media. You already know more determined as justices of the Supreme Court. I don't know who made them that. Say your case, you frivolous, vexatious. Making all these prejudicial comments, lawyers who have been trained and who know how to comment on matters as sub judice, making such definitive, conclusive statements on assembly that court to any more court to Kuranya then MBA. Now more yeswa, or more demrana to chain, now more candy any minuya obi. Me banamitie akable and education is so informative and masters and some trophy in ano omo be ye ne sana boa magana fo ate ase then ye bedru ha ya file a petition easy for the omanu yaba omampenye kufu ado de na no yaba ye koye pre-trial no kire say during case management no kwan ben na was a court faso di asem no adanse for do was saying na petition a we free first respondent second respondent adanse for do was saying emre do was saying na uhia say wo de be ma wo mo maka wo asem okay wo say adanse for no be come so me use we say toto one na process examination emre do was saying ye de be ye case ni ye be conducting the saying court no ni a lawyer for nyina na ko benkrum no ma ye san hye now during that process no na ekososisi in the Supreme Court no Emrano eye Supreme Court rules CI 16 Emma ho kwan se insembisa bi wo ho na wo pese efa ba ku bi eyi ano na etimi aboa ma asem a ye twe ho manson no just asem na be ye ketwa na yetimi atwe manson no ntentem a emrano ma ho kwan se wotimi bisa sansem no eno ne yaka na brofo kakraka ye se interrogatories questions who bisa the other party afa issues in contention. Na yes or no questions. So until the obegia to mu say yes no. Na je say ye na kra ntwe ho manso biem. Nya fe ne ye kwotwe ho achinye, ye kodi ho achinye tintin bia na delay court process no because wagia to mu dada. It is not in dispute. It is not in contention. The obegia say oh we dey menyin tum no. Na je say e was say ye dey. Ye twe ho manso. Eno enema in 2012 ye election petition case. Omampenya Kufuado file such questions. Said Dr. Farijan Meyiano. Dr. Farijan wan popuniti kra. Because now onim say onye boni bia waye na dwuma kama. A wo pese court no ene Ghana fo nyina ehu no kre. Ti ebisa nsem na no ana omuyiyi ano. Obi ani wa oka so Omampenya Kufuado pese o delay case no. Inti na wa file questions. Obi kaza. Obi ankasa even the courts granted the application to serve interrogatories on Dr. Farijan, the EC. And then court and yes, and court and the person would delay us. No.
But at the time, the counter argument has been said the election petition in 2012 was novel. Now you be as a country that the Supreme Court as the apex court was really, for the want of a better expression, was not fully prepared for Bibisa. But this time, there is CI 99, a regulatory process.
Please.
Courts, like I said, they are working within
the election
within
petition
a
of
tight
2012
schedule.
was determined on the basis of CI 16.
Yes.
And in some cases, CI
47.
Are you getting me? In fact, the issue of interrogatories is provided for in CI 47. That is the High Court rules.
Yes.
Because Constitution say Supreme Court will do assem. Now issue be back up. Now Supreme Court nankasa rules and provided for seminar.
They can rely on
apply because when the court is sitting, they have all the powers of all courts in Ghana. So the can was some quite high court rules.
Yes.
In the 2012 case, are you telling me that not judge for this was the first election petition, so they didn't know the law?
No,
the application for interrogatories was based on CI 47, specifically Order 22.
Yes.
And the court granted it in the interest of justice. And I believe with the hope, say, ebeboa and narrow the issues in contention and fast track the trial.
One may say a key ingredient. The issue of relevance.
No, yes, of course.
Relevance.
Yes, of course.
In 2012, the court said it was relevant.
Yes, of course.
This time, I say it is not relevant.
Before we go into the petition in detail. So, you file it just like Omampenya Kufuado did in 2012 election petition. Court my hokwan. Na insembisa edumie isifo enyano obi insembisa no so nya nsam dindin bia o simple questions, basic questions obi biara wonye bone na just say wumpo we public officer EC chairperson na we duty under article 23 to the public to do your work with transparency, integrity, honesty in the account. Na so be a crown for one court. Or yan some true need to say Philip or Sabons. No about office baby sounds our questions now. You should with joy answer those questions because a boa magana for who dear course. So questions in the saying. Mamiji Mensa. O say o day to 2020 presidential election results need to jano. O yan fonso. Yepesi ebisa osemfonso no da ben na hu say why yemfonso. When did you realize that you have made a mistake? Are you getting me? Simple question way. Oh, a 10th, a 11th. Jimensa say netikwa pai. Oni easy for ye answer. Omampenyo Kufuado na lawyer for say yempene mane answer. Yempene so say it was easy for answer. Oma your arguments. Yes, we are arguments. Sansem ni nyina nya ebe boama no kre wasem ni mu no abana atentre ni aye adwuma ebe sanso aboama asem ne ka no aye ntentem utatie enu anom MPP for mu say oh na questions yi kra no mo de ha maame na ye den maame no betena witness box no mu na mo toto na no a mo betimi abisa no during cross examination adena in 2012 na MPP for nim say during cross examination mo betimi bisa sa interrogatories ni nyina from Afarijan. No many answers, yet they filed interrogatories. I don't know, man, trained till cross examination. Because someone said, yeah, you bet to me, settle no CCA, you know. You settle, and this is your train cross examination, yeah. Say. So that, as some bit in your contempt. And they said, you'll be wababe bomb, 200 Ghana cedis. Now, wash me boss will be 1 month time. 1 month, aso, wait to be. But, untuyebi. Me de wako court to say me jimisika. Na wo wako court is okay. Me interrogatories me bisa question say. Usika na me be J 200 no. Me tuemu 100 Ghana cedis ana me tuemu. Say na be ya say wo ji tuemu say me tue 100 Ghana cedis a. 100 na aka na de be twe ho manso. 100 na de it is no longer in dispute. Wa jatum say my de me tua. Obi say oh me misa me sa question twen me ba da kanimu a na 200 Ghana cedis ni na ya twe ho manso. Are you not the one who is rather prolonging the matter when we can use case management? This new law CI 99 provided 5 days for it. CI 99 doesn't say the amendment to the Supreme Court rules, doesn't say the election petition you cannot file interrogatories. It doesn't say question my party be a train cross examination. And some will be our questions.
But nobody has said that. Has anybody said
that? But the suggestion they are making is that the rules have changed. In fact, that is one of our problems with the ruling of the court. So the reason why I answer these questions and I say CI 99 aba or CI 42 days spending castle into Merino. They said year 2012 near 1 million. But in the second schedule of CI 99, Emma 5 days for pre-trial. 5 days. At the time, some ruling by other parties hear the same arguments. So, the can say some process no crown never wama assembly can either a content because in Sembiso Mobejia Tumuno, ye ni which in ye yasate assembly canancasa. Let us say your moon tumuno. And a court, anye the anantum. Because Emrana said the medical kind of court on the cuckoo.
Yes.
And a court on the say. Any easy for ne Omampenya Kufuado, Moyadring. Ye free say, and Merenya day in your and unti.
Your future questions are relevant.
No, Obi Mamen Kabincho. You see, read the ruling. When at the early part of the ruling, they make reference to relevance, like you said, but they didn't go further beyond that to explain the relevance of the issues or the questions. Then they came to the issue of whether or not they can apply the precedent of Moasetin in 2012, where they applied Order 22 of CI 47 and allowed Omampenya Kufuado to ask the EC at the time certain questions through interrogatories. You intimi apply that precedence in this case because they say CI 99 aba why mreno kakrebi. They say amendments running man who coins utimi follow. So yeah, utimi amendments put to your case. So your mamok sa quina in that was the ruling. And on a YSC and a court on your day and your
for the benefit of a TF4 this is the ruling. Into first paragraph in here, second paragraph. No. Interrogatories under common law is discretionary. Granted or refused when all the circumstances are taken into consideration. It should be noted that the questions seek to elicit answers to the issues raised by and the reliefs sought in the petition. Interrogatories must be relevant to the issues and relate to the matters in controversy between the parties. In this case, the petitioner and the first respondent. The court is of the opinion that the crucial issue of relevancy has not been established in this application. Reference was made to the 2013 election petition titled Nana Dankwa blah blah blah, in which an application to serve interrogatories was granted by this court. However, subsequent to 2013, several statutory amendments have been made by CI 99 of 2016, which has restricted the practice and procedure of this court as regards election petition. Indeed, Rule 69C4 of the Supreme Court amended rules, CI 99, directs the expeditious disposal of the petition and sets timelines for this court to dispose of the petition. It implies that even amendment ought not to be sought and granted as well as joinder of parties. Subsequent statutory amendments pointed out after 2013 have provided us with new procedural regime and strict timelines. We are strictly bound to comply with CI 99 and therefore we will not apply Order 22 of CI 47 of 2004 in this circumstance. We accordingly refuse to grant the application and same is accordingly dismissed. In the first part, the crucial issue of relevancy has not been established in this application, and a second part, the issue of expedition and strict timelines.
Let me tell you, this was your ruling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
First, and they say you're not sure. Say we've not been satisfied. Say questions. Omampeni Mahama lawyer for person. Jimensa ni easy for year no.
Who said that here?
Won't here in the determination of this matter. And on Nancheno, Ura Mahama and the lawyers for Akase, te said in 2012, court in Ma or Mampini Kufuado Quine, Manitimi Bisa, easy for in some Bisa to say, almost Yamo Mokwansa. And how much him say, and no yen to me far and Yejuma in this case, because a Marafo Frubia bar at Semra ye was ye did this as same way so. And Untino and some ran across him, Maho Quine Crumbu say what file you case before this court in an election petition now, Utimi grab a such rem. So yen to me apply the same mra ya apply ma or Mampini Kufuado 2012. That and no na machichi mwinchi. And I make sure that this ruling, and I say, yes, some way ye free say need diemuno. The justices of the Supreme Court erred. And until Mrana say Supreme Court the decision bana obonyo soa.
What to make for review?
And your friend review say need diemu court no and sounds untiasem ni biem. Because court no I am from Swabia. Ama intentia ayede abani friend miscarriage of justice na court no ensesa na adwen ye da the right for a party dissatisfied with the decision of the Supreme Court to apply for review no and you constitutionally guaranteed.
Yes.
And Supreme Court respect it.
Yes.
Enti adenti and a Supreme Court are making decision on this issue of interrogatories. Now you say ye Supreme Court on adwen. Now, there's this grounds for the review of that decision.
Yes.
Relevance issue. No where your application, statement of case on application for review. Now, you actually why the issues are relevant. Because you can't tell me, say, Jimensa say why a declaration, why a mistake. Now, why corrections. Now, that day who say why a mistake, you know, any material is not relevant. It's very relevant. Because we are talking about a declaration made on a certain date. Is subsequent enactment into law made on a certain date. Are you getting me? And is gazetting, which was also done on a certain date. Into when she saw that mistake, so why a mistake? Any steps are important in our view. The court took another view. Yeah, call for review. Yeah, exercising a right given to us by the Constitution. So no lawyer worth his or her salt will say by doing that, say you don't have a case. Or by applying for review, just say you want to delay a process. I mean, what kind of illiterate view is that?
But the court held the opinion and they say, even while you filed the stay of proceedings,
me must stay. Me will review application. Where your review application? Don't go ahead of yourself. This is the review application. Then no file review application. Every student of civil procedure himself, if the review application or filing in an ongoing matter. Or say, if court now am the final decision and I will review, you don't need any stay. And not the any stay of proceedings, it be a stay of execution. Because one person order no you be enforce. But the court only make a decision on an interlocutory matter. Let us say assembly you go count. Now application be na ban court no decided in a particular way I won't pay. And there was assembly the facts that were file review no say. So that is why the last time I shared justice said, what file stay off? What file review?
It doesn't operate
as a stay. It will stay a file for stay. So you're filing for stay. I had no stay of proceedings. Review application, your lordships, most of better so. Yawoda, near her, some best some adrenaline, and I can one away there, Mubijina. Ebenada so must say Yamra court na hearing na Yam starting. Need ye muyadrimuno. If he says ye twen so na yawoda ye bedi asemi wie e na mienu pe ansa na ya sate aboyonkru ebeba mu ebeboa ma tentre ne ayadwuma because they say o say ya dance ayewo ye mfam record nsembisa ye bisa isia ye twen so mo de anu ye beba no ebeboa yen wo ya dance krata ye de record no mu ensem bi kura wo hwa bi aye ndi akire biem ebi wa ye be di akire ye be hu ba bi e wo se ye de attention ko ene de keka ho enu nti se court nya ni sa asem ni nwie ye na wo se ye mfa ya dance krata mra entimi ma ye case ni nwie peye so once say court to say sa review application made no ya wodano and yes court the stay of proceedings, is at the discretion of the court. Say, and your court on assembly die. So, copies will be the assembly and Sanya Satia Boyunkru. Tia file stay, that is not a disobedience of the court order. In our view, no. Near free say, once you file the stay, you recognize that there is an order for you to do something. But in your application for stay, you are pleading with the court, say, even though you have told me to do this, kindly hold on so that I do not undermine the review application before you are winning.
But ona we lawyer ni same. And court no take the view say the two are not mutually exclusive. That yes, my file stay. But court no orders no should be followed. Say stay hearing no and as a review application ekoye mamwa. Mo betimi a file additional info
and ya court na kasa and no na ye there. Because you see obi ask any lawyer. No lawyer will appeal a decision of the court or apply for review of a decision of the court. File stay of proceedings in relation to that matter.
Yeah.
And even before the stay of proceedings, not the substantive application, the stay of proceedings is heard. Go ahead to file fresh applications.
In this case,
in any case, your witness, it means Adena was a court on the why that. So then the stay becomes moot. One kasa was no lawyer will do that. But say court. Now court and say, "Oh dear file, makase file ye no mame. Media assembly wie na ekoma ana ankwa ma. Na wo pese wadan secretary na odi aba no, odi bi beka ho na wo yi bi free mu a."
I know you are there.
Court na kasa now it is on record.
Ekosiisen. And no mope. You needed that as
it is not for me to say na mope, but make us it is on record. Because you know what? Whether or not the court will allow you in the future to amend your witness statement, it's not cast in stone. It is still at the discretion of the court. Who bet me file a witness statement is here I could review away. What's my person me amending my witness statement? Court because it is too late at this stage to amend your witness statement. Especially now where the court has even taken a view in this ruling on 19 January.
20th.
19th on the issue of interrogatories.
No.
Even the new rule CI 99 doesn't allow for amendments. And say oh nyani da so be say oh me file me witness statement na that me amend. Now we need any guarantee or assurance from the court to say you will be allowed that. Oh your lawyer, it's not safe to take that gamble.
It doesn't allow for amendment of your original petition.
That is our view. But we read the judgment and they said it doesn't allow for amendments. They didn't even qualify it. And that's one of our disagreements with them in that ruling. So because we hear the kinds of see now. What they said in that ruling on interrogatories, they said even the new rules doesn't allow for amendments. They didn't say amendments of your petition to add additional grounds or amendments of your answer as a respondent, as we hold, as a opinion. Almost doesn't even allow for amendments. And so when they allow for amendments, they are being magnanimous. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? So, and there, your lawyer for court, your lordships, witness statements, you are filing. Not because say you perceive a book court and him, but because say you have 7 of them when you move, most of them can ya wadan. You free say, what can we are? And send be free my bar. Ebe buy your witness statement ni munama witness statement na dimu na etimi aboa mamoso mo di asem ni yia ma tentre ne no kra ye den adadi enu nti ni atwentwen so na ya file stay of proceedings recognizing say there is an order for us to obey, but because of sa asem ya pending no yenye we what show court no obuo court is still me no nya adwen e was senka still wo file you see your lordships yate yam filing that be was it by ochna ya woda ye ba any just say ya woda kra na ye be kono e bia na your lordships aka say ye be di kan di review application no ewie e bia ansa kra na hearing ya dey ya start na che say ya ye den atoye it way your normal processes of law or normal legal procedures that in case management lawyers know say esida. It doesn't mean so will be any case. It doesn't mean say will be delay case. It doesn't mean that cry.
FM.
And untino yenchire musa will be say, oh, now Akable raises that issue. No, not from him, but some of the justices raised that issue. And lawyer Tony later trim. It's about me explaining. Because now more my stay of proceedings. Yet my file other processes. So my file other processes. So then you're showing double standards. In one breath, and also court and entry and my order court the amount say your witness statement.
And the one
was a one court and entry, but what could file at the forefront. A hono and a lawyer Tony later trim. Said the only process I have filing in relation to review no. Because the stay of proceedings in a stay of proceedings pending the determination of the review. So to me, any bibia in the case I was see and stay no, I just a review no. Are you getting me? So review no, and a court to say file arguments with statement of case. The entire opus yes adrian of abra any diako. And yes answer ako bi say additional legal ground be why your person yes answer the court and say you mate obetumi aye. Obi sort ma say. So we were not exhibiting double standards at all. So what your person ye nuanom MPP for tiase and say, especially kojo upon kromamo ne Frank Davis mo ne Nanabi mo ne say, mo nya judge for, mo nye Supreme Court for, unless you people are suggesting say you are in the hands of the justices, the respected justices of the Supreme Court into munim or mood decisions. So stop prejudicing a matter which is sub judice by making reckless statements like Obi ni case, Obi ni way. Where you judge?
Okay.
Yeah, can I say? And I hope say you been your time and then you come about the petition. But let me just put it in summary. Say, ya tuaba. Abobo abano. Emra ne ma ho kwan se abano to no ne abane bobo no ufi se amfa mra kwan so na intenchia bi ananwiamu bi akoso a utimi court adwea ye NDC for na gina ya yisi ye no se 1992 constitution emra no de kafa omampenya abato won Ghana no isifo ani so because na was omampenya kufu ado nya emma no papa na ewo mu na ye friend of valid votes no the total valid votes na mu ohamu nchichemu adunum ni akiri more than 50%. But ye tie wan kasa wanu mu asem Bible say wanu mu asem ye de bebu awofo ana ye de bebu awobem na ye hwe nsem a wo kan wo declaration ni mo na che say owura akufu ado wanya more than 50% no wo declaration nyina so che say enimu kra won kuntam. And then we say valid votes only 13 million.
So I mean those are details in the petition. Let me finish on end and then I come into the petition proper. For one in 30 seconds.
And then was the total valid votes, you know? 13,434,574 on 9th December. Then on 10th December no aba total valid votes only 13,119,460. Then you do court to say be you one now the figure for Fraba paragraph 24 of your answer was the figure near 13,121,111. You call website near Korea summary result sheets also the declaration near another figure. These are important matters which borders on the 1992 constitution. It borders on the credibility of the 2020 presidential election results declared by Jim Mensa. Obi biara opeso hu sa abato ni mu nukre so ye NDC ni so ye MPP ni so ye CPP ni so ye den e wo se ye nyina no ye nya asem we mu interest ni ye boa makort ni di asem na mu nukre ba. Let them stop this mischief, peddling falsehood and making prejudicial statements, some of which are very reckless and insulting, referring to NDC lawyers as intransigent and all that.
Sorry, I'll come back to you.
How can Frank Davis even create the impression say he understands legal strategy than lawyer Chatuchi Kata? Are they PS?
Same Mamina say Ekosiisen so high asempa 94.7 FM. Member lawyer Henry Nana Boacheho na mebusane why they believe on their part say the petitioners no are just and lawyer Frank Davis Yusu he said they are engaged in theatricals, not just a court when I say drama bina or more area or court when a woman said in the case, and that's why or more employ delay tactics. Enti Lawyer Henry Nana Boache Akwaba na apom te saying.
Obi Bijusu mini anampa Johnson ho ye.
Nyame adom ye ho ye papa.
Mame Emma Samijan fi official pa no na che.
Ekosiisen on
Asempa FM. And so me say na me hu no.
Yeah.
Jenny ana. Me say Frank Davis statement na wo quote no mame Emma the full quote.
Okay.
Or say we are all legal practitioners. The Supreme Court is a very busy place. The Supreme Court is not a forum for organized, rehearsed, and choreographed theatricals or melodrama. It's a place for real, hard, and serious legal work. It is not a place for flurry of literature, long prose, and dull English devoid of any legal merit. I want to advise my colleagues on the other side that if it is not broken, don't try to fix it. We are ready for them on Thursday. Thank you.
Lawyer Frank Davis.
Exactly. My senior. Now, and then you see court no na areho. Na obi mamindi kan kase
Asempa FM.
Kamia koye say lawyers for the petitioners, they are not prepared for this case. Into courtroom hona no mudu muti pim edan. They are fishing for evidence in the courtroom.
Really?
Yes. Unim. Yato abewie. Yato abewie a CI 99 yama 21 days ubitimi akọ court. Odi wasem akọ court 30th December 2020. Odi court no. Sabre na no eni nenu eni nansampo. Ene beto dwa se o petition na odi court Supreme Court enim no. Enfomso ewom bebre. Lawyers for the petitioners etwen ya enedu achi. Asana omo chode akwakọ to Supreme Court enim se omaye mfomso bi no mpese omo sakyerem. Nanu wa yekuhia ya wada eda ye free asem na
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
motion aminu na eda e court enim. Baako na application for the live telecast we are aware. Then also CI 99 na no court no e wutumi say mo hwe the public interest. Mo hwe se ne ma mu ni nyina akoma e di akiri na o mbetimi de mo pe akase yenye live telecast no. Nti no sa application de na emut. Ese na hu hia se wo se court ni di. Sa bre na no a omude sa motion ni beto court enim so mo pese omo sere kwan na mfumso bi omo ye no nkoma kosa kire mu no na nkomo opportunity ni se nkom bitime de omo interrogatories na kan no more opportunity ni se request to admit facts no na nkom bitime de akan obi a opese enema ko because e wasem ni edi ema na nkomo opportunity ni se bi mu even sa akwanya omo so omo pe to inspect certain documents ewo easy na kache no kombetimi dia kan da bi enye ne sa ebra court say ye no entubo hu say fiada and they crowd the massacre class because of how our Supreme Court is for case intino registry Supreme Court Saturday Sunday umubie yan file ne Saturday yan file ne Sunday obi Monday enumere ena yedi ko boom na ebra na ye ko yawada no so no na court ahye se nyame ya adom na se ye ba Tuesday na eye ne friend of pre-trial na say case management.
Yes.
Yeah, they see. Sa Tuesday na. The Tuesday na buy na application for interrogatories in so dem. into court tenaso. Court tenaso. Ena na ade ba ko esa ye me ya dade. Ebra ye free case na nkasa no. Na ira chachuchi kata no ni court dem ho. Na to later any court dem ho. Ye busa esi du nketia.
Asempa FM.
Say na o lawyers for one here. You say afi na omo file processes be at the registry. Na me say na see there junior lawyers sami jemfi no mo ho. Tamaklu no mo ho.
I'm not sure that was what they said.
Oh. There be no traffic or can registry. Say na mo.
Eno nye or Tuesday.
Tuesday
when the case was first.
Yeah, no mu ni ho.
Yeah.
Na nye traffic in there. Na me say junior lawyer sami jemfi ho. Eduji tamaklu ho. Mu legal team equal led by Maliba no mo ho. E si there na lawyer panimu na. Onu no di asem no. Or registry. You see, a certain bad impression say, I say you are not ready for even your own case. Yampim koso. Ana upijai because mini ninkomodi ni yana is centered on the interrogatories in tina midis ankomu. Oshe argument. Hira chachuchikata. Me were 12 sets of interrogatories money in our hand. In fact, or justify every single interrogatory be I war on my plea or justify on the argument to Jan and Naso Kasaya. BBT say NC for Boa Mwana when Ebra Edikaya regional coalition center Abemwana Ebiem Quine Ben and Mofa so mo a transmit a result from the constituency to the region to national. And there's some other issues. So we 12 ni nana. No question argument easy lawyer a kind say. We enye and someone obienim. Some of the answers are even found in the petition itself. Number 1. Number 2. Answers ni bin so esa wo yen ye answer ye de ye de abanim. And a second respondent in so ni answer wo de abanu so bisa wo. Na dwumadi se mane koso a it will amount to fishing.
A fishing expedition.
Yes, in the law court. Then secondly, a besa ye say opese ubie abonten pono and actually hope baby. You want to come through the back door and introduce new sets of facts.
Any original.
Any petition. It no court no embungu. And also I can't say because maybe na ebim na same so can say. Indeed, Nanado Danko Kufuado and 2 others versus John Dramani Mahama. On make reference to this. And also no Nanamo the interrogatories be by Yajitum. Then Justin Amenuvo raised an important issue. Say a distinguishable precedents.
How?
Yes, and a court ruling in Bitrimono. Say the relevance of questions in Busan because a discretionary court ne pa no de ma court ne hwe okeka ne mesi ani o se ade e beboa we emmoa we etisen the court no bie ne mani nyina ni wa hwe ne mani nyina mu e na court no enye se obi kura dissent you
7-0
it was unanimous.
By any unanimous decisions from the court in Ghana, right? Sometimes they depart from unanimous decisions.
Answer na bibi be sachapa. Na compelling evidence be. Na assembly na ewo honom ebra no mudi asem but na it was not discovered at the time. Emudu eno na to for my form pai. Eti eno no ba be ka na judges from Penifu aka say we dey say gi hu ya. We dey as a mood power as so much. In this case, Makinkai or more application for review.
What kind of arguments?
What kind of argument?
What kind of supplementary ones?
Yes, yes. Me anything extraordinary from the court. I me who be who be a. And not to make us say, wow, about court. We a press conference, Samijan VAB, General Mosquito Yebi, Otukuno Yebi. Then, His Excellency the former president, John Dramani Mahama Sosa Yebi, Nifi, so mukuta omu pink sheet. No makekeni inesi yani. Omukekani inesi yani no. Former president, we really one touch. One touch, or really. Namuko court. Now you are not even challenging any of the elections conducted in the 38,622 polling stations. Not even one.
But they've been clear about that. So, on the petition, about the working, about the constitution.
And no, me cassette here. On petition, me petition. Unfortunately, Samini ni dear than any company be a page be mammy. Nan coming in your quay. Oh, so copy any open copy. Oh, if Davis attached Nina. Oh, that be something. It wouldn't be. Oh, call on petition among.
Yes.
Or more exhibit B. Where a letter Johnson is here doing Ketia Troy. Or see in Ashanti region near the 300,000 vote to be a kahon at the Mananado. Obi, this claim is totally missing in the 35 paragraph petition of the NDC. This claim. Just a year at twins room. Omo petition. Secondly, almost say Eastern region. A year coalition with figures now what Eastern region a be paying crying. Now figures no cost ro ame di biaka na nado danko kufado dia. Again, this claim completely missing, totally abandoned in their 35 paragraph petition. And among some mohun wakrao, among kamwasem kra. Etunim, any power who can say when you so, would do pinch it na kekensi ni. Na we win no. In your petition, untimen can say, okay, can 35,632.
Ekosiisen on
pinch it ni si ni no. Na nado danko akufado. Easy Emma 6 million, no senke man 5 million according to your pinch it. Debut. Untimen can say, oh, mukekesi ni no. Former President Mahama, enya 4 million, man was senka easy man 5 million. Ewo momo pink sheet na mo so can say no. There's nothing like that in their petition. Nothing. Now, ne omo ya na nanka me nu epeso yi. Isi se wafon. Waba aba be correct samfum so no. O se enyan sunsanso bia awabato no so. Omo se da bi wafum o wumfum ye de gina fom na mu. Akwa na ye de be calculation. A fom na so wafum de mfa ho no correction na so aye no. Yede mfa ho afo aye gina. Enu tira make say it appears so mo ankasa ko mu ni evidence bia. Eti courtroom ho no mu du mu ti ebobo epempem dan apa dance here. Because yes sir, is it then you catch us say what the kind estate say or witness is here 5. For witness statement ebra. O see agi say o review application bia e da court anim no. Agi say court ebua ho asem awie. Na ehun sunsanso ni bi no.
Ekosiisen on
Ena ebetimi a kire say obetro witness statement ni sei.
And that's all
betro ni sei.
Which is legal, say unlawful.
Ti onim.
And almost
say o file supplementary witness statement.
Yes.
And no so the become you are not altering. So me was here in 99
yeah.
You are not altering the grounds.
The grounds of the petition.
Yes, because CI99 no, it talks about altering, adding the grounds of your petition. And it's in the justice appeal. At the PIM, irrelevant. Yes. Counsel, as my work in the Trichumaso. Quarter my orders. Why would them at the whoopee? A boom ranoso. A boo orders no so. What do you pay? When Chile would your business say, San said now over file stay of proceedings. Court in Yenti was 7. We were filing Tino. one file court orders no need kind submissions are also obian
legal argument and the
and
preliminary
then, yes, objections no na ne to so biem no witness statement what dance die krata
yes
wo be kuchire gu krata so wakwa akusai ne a lawyer for friend affidavit no wo di attach wo de ko wo di kan abose enipa num na abefre obi we ngai asembe.
Now, say you don't determine their strategy as long as the strategy is lawful.
No, how is this lawful?
How is it not lawful?
Court, and then court the court, they were not happy with them. That you cannot disrespect our directives and then come before us again. So, ATO.
ATO was a man.
ATO here. And the court no NTO masem court say mon file at the end about china. Yes, mon file about china. Senka court no senka ade lawful. Any idea nke ye pepepe nka court nka say munya because in the court no they were magnanimous, and I think I like their posturing because and I will share emrano obi CI share CI 69 4B the court may, that is rule 69 4B, the court may dismiss the petition where the petitioners fails to file the processes regarding the petition within the specified time, or hear and determine the petition where the respondent fail to file their answers or the processes regarding their answer within specified time. Ka court betimi agina
failure to
exactly
necessary
because it is firmly written in the law that the court may dismiss the petition where the petitioner fails to file the processes regarding the petition within the specified time.
Banana say we a lawyer na o court I call with a strategy. So unim say ma file an application for interrogatories, which interrogatories would inform one my witness statement, and even the number of witnesses I met. Forget about the fact that make us a friend per 5, it can change. Nasa interrogatories no initially about to me opportunity to file a review. Nasa review no yenkanyu na me go ahead ko file a witness statement na some me na me dem ho kwa ko se jamu
obi asoma me kan wontemase if we strategy no etiam rana me senke ne ho chachu yeso agidi pa ton liter yeso agidi pe nka me na me president mama nka me sakiom
adentia
omugu mani mase
e wo kwan e ben so
me nta me kato no ye be frɛ case na muni court the first time and that be nanu file I say that excuse is untenable.
Traffic
a lawyer for bebre wo a lawyer for bebre wo NDC mu o ti ase na yanum kwanko yem bedi asem no me free fie bebi a meti no minim say traffic nti me free fie ntempa because minim say court ahye 9:30 nanu munwie no nyina muni ho yebusa yes mo file bibo registry. And then so young cook and the na asema na sai eye asefem say wo hwe eye nkrata nyina from the petitioners are eye raton litana na nsasha ase and then court eye rachachu ni ho o si chachu amount mi nkasa
chachu na lead counsel
ebinti kam da bi o kan hu bi oni ho you take over mumi no na mudi asem no. That is why one of the justices of the Supreme Court I can say in Krata Kutain, a few chambers never. Meaning now few chambers never. It is an ultimate say, Chatuni Honamania, they are bit me, a dear Sentina make us say, regardless, their pedigree, send your mercy a dim reache, Omeni Munyamo Menya, Omugumeni Masi. Send your coaches cry upon you, be a timid in Pakuch Krania Pamono, and Yazanati. Me, send Kame, former President Muhammad Nea, and in Guasio Mudi Gumia. Seriously,
but finally, no. Sami made the point, say,
Oh, and you finally mean
no, maybe. Say you want more time. Maybe.
Oh, Debbie said, "Mammy,
don't worry. Maybe the Amibu son said he made a point. Just said, who file a witness statement? You know, said your court or die. Now it be a later or mobile review application. No, that's a review ni koye mawa. You filing or supplementary info to back a witness statement, no, and also you at the discretion of the court. So court the guys have me ma okwanya over there.
Oh, you see then what chance na do have kasa? Because no, and according to Justice Apple, what's him running my coins?
So and then na waka. At the
no,
time,
no, what's him running my coins? Justice Apple, some running my coins. It's then okay. Why do you say to you? Look at the strategy. Why do you say we defy court? Your strategy is that I will defy the court. And what kind of strategy is this? And then I hear my brother say it's normal. Because this is a clear defiance. This is a clear because you yet to court them parties involved obiano ednin krataba. Obiad in krataba. Electoral Commission also in their petition Emma intention to raise a preliminary legal objection. The argument regarding that Oma filing witness statement. Yen should the same. Ya bibia. No munkwa de musu de bi munya na mu de monida eye review no so no court Emma ni nwumadie no onka se ontio oso obeti but obeti na otwe ayewura mu ti onye se court kranka se ontie review no se wutie last Thursday exactly almost Thursday omaka eti si den na wo do pekasa wo de wo be book court animtia. And then all the justices of the Supreme Court, they were furious. They were not happy. You could free on body language. So how can you say what book court animtia? Court amount order say ya say ya. O si there be no one kwa be fufuro. You busa was say strategy. O strategy ni say we book court animtia. I mean, I'm surprised. What kind of strategy is that? What kind of strategy is that? So the strategies will be defy court. Enye no ko ene you later
na o ye arape
was o kan sem bi na adina me ka say Supreme Court o my magnanimous. How can a senior lawyer who application at da court nim o say ene it appears say court no a predetermined as 7 dada. Or sorry, draw, sir.
Yeah, always draw, yeah.
But it was an unfortunate statement. Say, unless my lords will want to indicate to me that the application before them is already predetermined. Come on. You don't say that. You don't. Yes, sir.
Why?
How can you say, do you don't say the panel predetermined and the application got to me? Wouldn't some penny if Wagen is they had already predetermined the application, then why didn't you even put before them the application in the first place?
Yeah, but me say me train am more here application every and some of my file me witness statement. Most mama order say men file it even before the review is heard, the men file it. And no say unless say be my application I made the ban.
How can you even say that? Is it retractive?
Why the insistence
to contemptuous statement? But is you are retracting?
Yeah, or retracting a patch.
Oh, but I'm just made the counsel say the posturing. Now no besha. Now opening so
you have your time.
No so court. To Tony sana okay kana no boom na say he was
when I say court na etching.
Oh, when I'm me counsel the posturing. The NDC legal team no. Oh, now to Tony sana so be na no be na say or tete no ho kire mpanifo wo hwe direction or tutu nsa no me hwe no at the point na me hwe no pa ya na papa I don't know esa wo so ye pa bra pani ye fero pa enya no ko hwe Dr. Bassett
Bamba
na no afidie ba ko so em se ha ya na joy what say or hwe the composition of the panel na e unfair na skewed.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Oh, so me can't the reason why I make say me say come former president Mahama Abiyan Kamesachra
Yeah, banana after the mama enough time for one see
yes. It will have posture now. Is it then I would make us a skew they unfair in so be my and yet no NDC for I believe say Amalibana Yomuliga
for the party.
For the party,
yes. Yes.
Now Maliban so could sit here and the same thing. You see, and come here, quite say, name of mensa. NDC for no, or Muntimin so moniama, and almost so much in the enye. And they are preparing the minds. Or here attack, subtle attacks, be on the Emma, and the swipes being in the shades, be on throw at a year the Supreme Court now. Who say a more prepare among call for Jane towards imminent defeat. And until Yankee can say me and Yanka say, oh, court to crown a pepper yo, any attending Yananke. It appears that they are sacrificing justice on the altar of expedition. Pepper yo no, as our judges for no, as you see the trust, sounds almost more pentam dodo. Their yard, into young conscientize your supporters. Into Din Kuguna, near the Kuguna share. Judges for no, and there's any or mere bias, or me skewed. A Tomasha say a tutu money at two. But Emede say Ubibiano share as a maybe. No BBA who say your free case or penny to any court. Why you late or so traffic mu or so a registry or filing in Yama or BA who be the disposition, the posturing. A gestures are. NDC for ye obia any etia enti nye MPP a lawyer for ena eka Ghana for do no say na nipa wa wo de wa asema kwakọ to court anka wo pa tenten ye no ene ye kamya kwa asa wo kwa na beso dwane firi ho
Nana, Mamenas, message about who Ekosiisen Suni, lawyer Henry Nana Boache and Amotin in Kano, spokesperson for the second respondents. Also, and lawyer Sami Jemfi Ewaha, spokesperson for the petitioner. And in Pennsylvania, anyone AD and Como Sami would have his turn, but Melcom supermarket is now bigger and better. And you just walk into any Melcom supermarket to have access to a wide range of products, over 1,000 of them under one roof. Melcom, your one-stop supermarket for your daily needs. Terms and conditions apply. Melcom is where Ghana shops. There is good news from Ningo Pram District Assembly. Now, NSA, Ebia won't say, but rent to own is now in Ghana. Rent to own is now in Ghana. The planned city extension project, rent to own land and house ownership scheme, no, and it's being powered by the Ningo Pram District Assembly and its partners, supported by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development and the UN Habitat. In the Please Be Smart, where you live matter, where you trade matter. In the apply now, own a home and or a fully serviced commercial land or space now. And when you rent, wait a minute, don't forget to join our affiliate housing cooperatives now. Special offers will last up to the 31st of March 2021. So, open take advantage. Away rent a dying. Ya wansasia ya service that kama o rent o share by renting na later baby they find rent to own land and a house ownership scheme. Ningo Pram says unim hwa e ho fe papa sase no e da form kama dan ye sisi ne kama na ababe ye wo dia frɛ won sisia 0557 054 635 0557 054 635. Your website a newaccra.city. Planned city extension project shaping Ghana's urban future. Sami Bebeman Sanano, if you are tired of giving your cars out to the wrong drivers who later give you losses instead of making commercial profits from the cars, then you have an opportunity. In DBA Mono what car, but car no de ma driver for so munchi no me sales emfa ema but de bia sales yo mba be na wa boka bebreze me pacho so opese wunya mfaso na wunya value of your vehicle weekly and monthly. Worry no more. Go Ahead Transport Enterprise also ne won ekoko dijuma company ni Go Ahead Transport Enterprise won din won honam essay. They manage vehicles for individual car owners or companies who want to make weekly or monthly profit from wherever you are. It is our car. What the car no amount no more manage car no the amount. Na omono aye sales na the amount kama, and you are guaranteed. So wono kabia enye na driver be sale and I made the koto fuel me the koye ha na sika no so also the 20 Ghana na bebrewa na or the 10 Ghana na 5 Ghana no the air but we no guaranteed every week every month ye the usika air bro ye the car na ye adwuma on your behalf near the usika abrel in the omo ye work and pay for commercial cars almost higher work and pay for ride is it hailing into Uber and a Bolt and no the car no be a year. Omoye airport chauffeur, omoye door-to-door delivery of cars from port, omoye almost signs of vacancy for experienced drivers. Anyway, part of your Ofankor barrier, Asofan new station near Jojo Water, and as a Kenke house. Fre 0244 911 939 0244 911 939. Only any encomo. Lawyer Sami Jemfi, ma minti what your colleague on the other side and a B. And he still insists that as I'm ready for this trial. Now, time wasting antics now more display.
Say I am ready. Say you're ready for this trial. A court nature and you're not be. So, and CBU a lawyer for or moody sa same way nim I come as on all sides. Or monye a lawyer for Kitwa.
Ekosiisen
young ones. Say ye comment on omajuma yemu ye hu sa se bi obebi omo madru ni nru ho enye se bia ye wo opportunity to sit on radio until na ye run people we know they are far ahead of us and we don't even have the competence and what it takes to question their strategy or their approach when it comes to practice. So and when do be able to make NDC for when you're ready. I mean, this is just case management. So nananom pese ye twema nso a omo ntwen hearing nangaza eba. We die nkru na ye ba bebo na ho nhyehyeye anamanso na ye betwe na ho nhyehyeye na ye keke. Ye nya masem ne kra so. There are some of the issues and nana emmejo on me semre bibro because I know why he's doing that. On say unia sembia kan trivial issues there was a ubuna ninchi manekono and no be your substantive matter. Oh, na zenyasa na be 10 minutes on issue adan chachuchikata elite. Now, is this a substantive issue that should even occupy the attention of any lawyer or person commenting on this matter? No justice to the issue. When he knows, say this is normal in court. Yeah, juniors, you know. You could do the brief for our seniors in court. Now, you free case. I told you now, senior no about another court in the same building. If your first no new the junior one who is being led by the senior, the junior one will write and say, "My lord, my senior has stepped out. He's in your brother's court here near there, so would like to crave the indulgence of the court to stand this matter down for maybe 5 minutes. Court and so then I will take another matter near." Isida there is Tony later and baby as a mean to me because I just a chachu. Is it an own report or court on someone? Yeah, be fair to the facts. One casa any junior lawyer will be leading it as a lead counsel in your na judge for ban so on casa. He will make a case, he say, in can the papa mu ayen senior nemra. But when the judges can agree, they can also insist that go ahead, you can do it. When they insisted, Tony later did what he was supposed to do. And when they started asking him questions, he rose to his feet and answered all the questions. And a court rise here to go and take a decision. In fact, it was when they rose and a chachuchi katabai. So Tony Angaze
Ekosiisen on
Chatuni Aminti. So Nana Biwa can help at all. You see, Nana, communicating on political issues are different from communicating on legal issues. It must say a report on the course of court there. And ye factual. So hunem wana o moment nyanhwe na o mundi ko o matiase. Because they can here to ne later ka so no de ontumi nkasa agese chachu ho. O kasa wen. Eya menye sa. Ebiem o say strategy ni say we are defying the court. They have defied the court. Hey, Nana Yakas will be a defy quarter. And yeah, as I'm trasao, it's a very serious issue. So, medical chief say. So, Justice Apple, when he was making the point, say we made an order, say file BB at a certain point time, Ben Amofa. Okay, say Tony later refer me to date the order was made and when that process was filed. Justice Apple, AD1 KBB. The justices, yes, express concern, say, yes, I'm file witness statement, one file. But we explanation Tony later the Maye, Chachuchi Katabe can't be too sooner. May you show someone who say, oh, yes, the order no man is so dear, but and now or my brain is maybe or legal reasoning and now legal reasons in tea or moody take his decision, you know, and they are wrong in our view. But we don't think that it was done to spite the bench. That is why they have given us one more day to file. Court to be any name said deliberately we define or be one more day to go. Sanctions will apply and our costume put so we be so over even how magnanimous the court was in their decision, Ira Chachuchikata sorry da or moase, esanso chilmuzo my lord, we the name in tebu. Na reason they say a file stay of proceedings. There is a court now craji to say when you defiance of the court. Look, to file stay of proceedings in lieu of an application you have filed before the court on Okrano in itself respects the fact that there is an order or there are certain things you need to do, but you think that the court should hold on with those things. That is what. So one file is stay of proceedings, and I was saying, my application of review before you, and ultimately filing me witness statement, even though you have ordered me to do so, and not the AKA defiance. But once you file the stay says that court, you have shown respect, and we defy the court. Nana B so as a lawyer, he knows. Say this is trite. Is it da when lawyers have substantive matters before the court or an application before the court and the stay of proceedings in lieu of that matter, they normally don't do anything ebe undermine your Mwankasomu case. Unim okay, Kennedy Japan case no. Okay, is the lawyer ne afenyo market. Nasia de one kokaseti judge bi no. Menim per ne de oka no show ne menim say we near de akire. Don't you remember that there was one occasion where they went to court and the judge wanted lawyers for Kennedy Japan to do something, to move on and do something in open court, and afenyo market Mokaka said no. Oma file a process in the higher court into Omonye. Somebody then can look at it and say you are defying the court. No. But on who free says, I am undermining the case I have before another higher court. Normal practices. It's not only a issue. The bottom line is that, and I wonder how you run down lawyer Chachuchikata. And even your senior lawyers on your side, they was our respecting for him. And I found one the Obeka court no enim de echen ye nyina almost say NDC John Mama yama one more day ko file ye be file so ti de mu ke nyina no we it has nothing to do with
witness statement.
Yes, it has nothing to do with the substantive matter.
All the five. Yeah,
no, you can't five. I know they are trained a lawyer for no file I will be. Then he makes a point say the law no allow you to file your witness statement and amend later. And I will be be a question. Obi what be say na to amend later no say e court no be ma kwan.
Yes.
And na bibia so nhye court no say was o ma kwan. Say wadanse na wo de wadanse krata no be system na fa bi ka ho. Bibia nhye no opa no de be ma opa on fa ma. O betimi aka say ababi asem ye dru de. Are you too late? And I still made the be ma. But without
supplementary.
Yeah, to file even to file supplementary, no, quite it's still at the discretion of the court.
That's true. That's true.
It's supplementary. In fact, to file supplementary, you need the permission of the court, and then you have to leave
of the court.
That is why I have filed a statement of case in respect of the application for review. They say you have additional legal ground to add. You go for leave because you can't file the additional. I just walk for leave, and they can refuse it. They can refuse to give you leave to file. Sometimes you need to say, "Oh, my kwan, no my kwan." Ben, say the year na nyimpo a say bibi papa afiri maba Judge for na me say, oh, you be mama kwan. And it has been captured on record. It must have you case. Okay, first day now. I say we about out for trial. Lawyer for petitioner. I mean, I respect him so much, Lawyer Kutampa. Admire him so much.
Second respondent.
Yes, second respondent. Oh, sorry, say amendments na you know. Your lawyer for now so we come and I just say near boy. President of the bench, Kasamasa. And you want to conduct you because I had Amano. Tinana B. And you want to conduct Chachuchi Kataki Samano. What did I mention? I say, ye here who himself one Katawaka lawyer for Kuku and way a party. Nana B. Intimesser, what the men cocra, we get him the ye. Now, Obi. Waka relevance, relevance.
Yes.
And the reason why court no apply the same reasoning now mujina so the man penye kufu ado kwan mani bisa easy 4 questions in the 2012 case. Ya ka say the court no nya adwen. Ya yes 3 solid arguments. I mean grounds. Ya de ba akokra so akwa ho. You see the kan rule 99 na CI 99 na abano. It allows for interrogatories because it allows 5 days for pre-trial. And it doesn't repeal or exclude the right of parties to file interrogatories in any part. Until their interpretation of SARS CI 99 and you're correct in our view. And that's how 42 days in the doctor are in a trim. Said the law doesn't say what the petition court now, election petition, I should be determined in 42 days. It should be determined within 42 working days of the court. It's not the same as within 42 days. And that is why in the second schedule of CI 99, we have periods, from January to March. From January to March, about 90 days. So, 42 days in the amount for the 42 days until was a judge for the count. That is not what the law says. The entire duration, over 3 months. That's about 90 days. But in 90 days in a court so 42 working days of the court and the matter is expected to be dealt with. And also ya can say even the law, that's rule 69 C4 court original so can say the new CI 99 doesn't allow for amendments because they quoted it wrongly. Yeah, quote to the right rule in our statement of case. You show that fundamental error of law, how it has occasioned miscarriage of justice to the petitioner, in our opinion. Say, our lawyers know what to do, and they will do that. Now, Obi, it is about the petition before the court. Now, MP before you see, petition, Omo ankasa set your questions no more answer no more de dada ni pe tum futuru go mani ma mani ase ene na bi betena he we twa nkontompo bebre
so de no some ka mo win election
no say ya ka say Johnson say din ketia tre letter bi koma
on Ashanti region
chairperson na letter ne ya appendix exhibit B na nanya za na gan to a petition na letter ni mu ne ya ka say Ashanti region kwa no MP we are ma 300,000 bi am MPP obi mbato so kansa me patro ni letter ni eni exhibit BBM Johnson say bin keti ankasa wo letter BM I am challenging me than anyone punch me say Ashanti region we are 300,000 votes be in that letter say exhibit B I have referred to it here anyhow. Eastern region the okan we say resource ye agent sign ye no ye the bar strong room we Accra. It is true. Easy for Ankasa Jiatu. But Obi, I explain it say. Some why you can't mu akoso ne de keka ho no. Any ye position say we want this election based on our coalition. And you no na work court.
And then the man fair no anko court.
And you want to bet there was here the court. When you have different courses of action, you decide what to pursue at what time. Obi, look, you can't put something on nothing and expect it to stand. If the declaration of the 2020 presidential election results is unconstitutional, like we believe it is, then it means it is null and void.
And therefore, the declaration is null and void.
Yes, it means it never happened. And therefore, issues of overvoting, don't even arise. Are you getting what I'm trying? Because if the declaration of the results is unconstitutional, then what results now challenges overvoting room? Oh, are you getting me? Legally, it will not even make sense. The reason why in 2012 the MPP went into issues of irregularities, infractions, some of which were very frivolous, in my opinion, and in the opinion of the court, which were dismissed unanimously, like duplicate serial number. No,
5-4.
No, duplicate serial number, unanimous.
Indeed, the specific issues,
9 justices. Almost ya benim ya twachene. Almost ya muncha millions of Ghanaians votes because polling station codes be a duplicate. Court na say way and twasumu atwa 9-0. Almost say presiding officers be and sign pink sheets. Inti muncha millions of votes na munyo mampenyo kufuado mampenyi. Almost we so twasumu eni nyina so bomrem na ya twachene. That was their choice, because in that petition they were not even challenging the constitutionality of the declaration of Afarijan.
The validity of the vote in some.
No, they were looking at the regularity.
Irregularities. No.
So irregularities of votes cast. That is their choice. We are saying, even before we look at the regularity of vote cast and all those issues, there must be a legally valid declaration. When the declaration is not legally valid, if it is unconstitutional and therefore null and void ab initio, why do you go even into details to go and talk about overvoting and all that? It means the right declaration must be done. And when the right declaration is done, that is when those issues of the validity or the regularity of votes cast or the conduct of the election arises.
And mono,
how you get
the
what I'm
right
saying?
declaration so, will mean say I was see a call run. I was see a call run.
Of course, based on the figures are Jimensa Ankasa di tuja in her declaration. Obi, mamene say.
That's on the 9th of December.
Yes, on the 9th of December. There were 275 constituencies in Ghana. There were results from 274. Osini Padodoa, Omotuaba, Abani Dimu Womrem, total valid votes. 13,434,574. Or say, Omampenye Kufuado, out of this, 6,730,413. What's the same? 51.595%. Your cost is saying your boy with team, and you 51.595%.
And we're based on 9
declaration. That is the only declaration which has been made.
Which declaration has been corrected?
And which that is the only declaration. Maybe that's the only declaration. Obi uti me.
Mitiopa.
Then, my men no ankasa results new. Obubo mampenyi Mahama de kekameba ho. Owie ye no say. Techiman South in Yamaya, dear, but yet the Madodo a what Techiman South, Nipadodo a what Techiman South are with me to a benina. Yet the Nina Crama, the Watosum Yununa, Stelo Mampini Kufuado, candidate Kufuado, Bedin Kunubina more than 50%. That was her declaration. We declare we on the 9th. Were enacted into law. Declaration of President Elect Instrument CI 135.
That's the Gazette, no?
No, not Gazette. You enact it into law.
Okay.
That is CI 135.
Okay.
And you Gazette the CI. What Gazette is CI and Ababa Bayembra. Obi, are you listening to me?
Me too.
Then, what's what I was saying? Oh, my young Fonso. And my papa now me say, Ghana for 2 years on 7th December. No, then you 13,434,574. Man on the form here. I did so trade you.
Yeah.
And what paper so mo you proofreading ni bibia o. Also man on the form here. Na figure na me person make no. 13,119,460.
Which is the valid vote cast.
What the answer na me ba no ha. Or say when you based on this results, no the Techiman South can one still on Mampenyi Ekufuado win.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can one Mampenyi Ekufuado win. Meaning says that declaration na I don't know why enact no in accordance with the constitution into law CI 135. Now what gazette no per no an admission and papa.
But the Gazette was done on the 10th.
It means that
on
declaration no, but the publication of the Gazette is on the 10th.
Yes.
But the Gazette notification says that given under my hand this 9th day of the December 2020, meaning it was the 9th December declaration she gazetted, the only declaration she has made. That is those are the express words of the Gazette notification.
Yes.
Say a results are bobo on the 9th what declare. Which results or no ankasa agiatum? Which results are say the year Juma o Mampenyi Kufuado and Rene election no. which results as the year Juma Mampenye Kufuado more than 50% of the total valid votes. And it is NDC Jaima dear we car. Ghana yam yakabi maminka bi ne because to me yama ana yamra kunyini ne ka say was a candidate bi nya madodo wo so nyansa na waye mampanyi no yetiatia so. In
the Momo argument necessarily the 9th December declaration no, which you believe led to the CI 135,
which was what was enacted
into law.
CI 135
and
gazetted no.
You believe, sir, it did not take into consideration the corrections that were made on the 10th.
No, it's not about that. We are saying it is unconstitutional because per that declaration, CI and Gazette, Omampenye Kufuado enya more than 50% of the total valid votes.
How?
Because and then in the petition, I hear all the mathematics.
So at the time, 13 million.
That was the declaration. That's
it was corrected on the 10th.
Corrected. Hold on.
Are you certain, sir, the Gazette not take into consideration
and the correction? Is not being a judge, is not prejudicing.
Oh, of course.
Prejudicing doesn't matter. He's only explaining the case of the petition.
Yes.
Now, also I'm correcting. The figure by
EC at the 10th December statement.
Yes. What is the figure in 13,119,460?
Yes.
That statement, number one, is not a declaration.
That's true.
That statement now, number two, was not signed by the returning officer, Mrs. Jean Adukwe Mensah, or non a constitution, they say, Utimi presidential results.
Yes.
So whether it was from her or not, guesswork. Nensan Shasi.
By the electoral commission.
But Nensan Shasi. Isi penny be a son sanya day and Shasi. Okay. What the Yamfa win in a crantonche? Na Yanyuntum. Figure near 13,119,460. And John Mahama say, okay, Masama the one my court. Because so-called correction I was a way, maybe agents one free. Okay. Political party be a presidential candidate be anyone and the agent can't be.
Okay.
Now say you know your number Banosu soon figure. Your number nusu na ye. Ti say your number nusu why a coalition from constituency region national. MPP for one sign B. Yes, we are sign B. But when your results and run you can declare. No way declare. Now what's a correction? Say you nan ye koye. Unkwa utimi ko them koye. Krata wo dia ba no san chassis. Figure no kwan fa so nya obi anim. Wo say mo huru manim kosuru nti no. Munyintum. No problem. Kwansima asemi no ko do court. Na you say be chere the real results na. He say figure be na ma me dia ba. Is it the same 13,119,460 na? Philippo Sebonsu. What do you to one waka chere Ghana for say easy for correct it? This is the correct figure. E no maka chere court na. No. And no was say obi who say easy way they have something to hide. At paragraph 24 of their answer to John Mahama's petition, they have introduced a new figure, which is 13,121,111. Into Yatuaba on the 9th was a total valid votes, which is important because the constitution makes the total valid votes the denominator. And on a ube jinaswa who say we are more
than 50%.
Correct, Obi. Was a 13,434,574. Adia Chenya, or the unsigned press release aba. Obi ansan shase. Candidate agent bianca hon, or the abase. Figure no one on a form here. Now pesa wo kanankasa no. 13,119,460. Kwansima na was yasamini ko do quarter. Na fe o di figure for fraba. 13,121,111. Obi, is Ghana a banana republic? Is that how elections are conducted in democracies? Where in the world will this be accepted? Same people for you do omo akombeje tum. Ababa ni ato ne Ghana ha definitely yenim the results in specific terms, as in total valid votes and the votes obtained by each candidate. Ababa ya to abewie wa enacting into law wa bobowie wa gazette. Yet you keep on changing the results like oba time be sisa ne ba kura keto wa di 3 months pampers. do you even respect your constitutional responsibilities? Because you see, you are the EC chairperson and the returning officer. You have the constitutional responsibility to declare results. But that declaration, you must do it in accordance with law. And so say, ubu responsibility so. Na NDC for assembly Germany can Ghana na bro because of Chinebino. Any EC chairperson can do as he or she pleases. Ghana for Akotwaba, I express a certain verdict. Then somebody will come and declare results, show us the figures are and never see a way or channel see a way. Even this third figure, our modia show mokrata mu court on obi. And one be true challenge be Mr. Justice in yes way. Now so near you my money because I finished that and check. Look, when you go on the EC's website, all the 275 summary result sheets are there. Obi, you know that. You've seen them. I have downloaded it. I can share them with you. My justice in your Excel spreadsheet. Na total valid votes na 275 sheets in this one. And see the figure you will get. You will see that figure is different from the one they declared on the 9th. It is different from the one she published in the unsigned press release of 10th December. And it is different from the new figure she has now introduced at paragraph 24 of the EC's answer. Election back then. And the reason why figures figures essence is because of corona in our view. Accountant and
yeah, you made that point. Sammy, you have the same time. You have the same time. Let me ask this question now. Fast wrap it up, Mami. And the question will be, sir, fundamentally, what's Mami who said, mo challenge on the constitutionality of the declaration. If, in your view, the declaration is unconstitutional and should be declared null and void, based on results, Ben, I'm calling for a run. Because the results you claim say are illegal, are unconstitutional.
You see, the court has
so based on which
results? The court has certain inherent matter, powers over matters pending before it. It is possible, like the court did in 2012, say, based on the fact that EC for my conflicting figures, if the EC is not able to convince the court to say figures your modiako court to the correct one, the court itself can order an inquiry. Okay, like Omoma KPMG, yes, to ascertain the true results. And if the true results are ascertained, that based on my mini figures or the Abano, we believe that there will be a runoff. Hence that. But in that case, then it should be a fresh election because then it will affect all the other presidential candidates. Fortunately, we are not justices of the Supreme Court. They will determine that. Because you see, I'm restraining myself from pronouncing judgment. But I'm telling you what our case is. Obi biara openo kre sebi. Na oye otin semi aye kan asem se. Me pese meka so ye badwema. Enim se de ye kan abawom. Se yakoto aba. Constitution is there. Yebeka se wedi nkunim no. E wo so onya ma papa ne mu oha mu chichemu aduonum more than 50% of the total valid votes. EC chairperson abebo aba no. O mampanyi akufuado. Enya yet yese wawe ne. Percentages or the buy impu ukika bom kra bro 100% only in Ghana and EC as it record no. Mutimi nya 100.4% nyina. Figures here or the buy say your total valid votes you was son on prensa. And yet, on website is why you get another figure. And that is why we must all support this petition because this petition is on our behalf as Ghanaians. And the rule says it's only the candidates in the election who can go. John Mahama is doing this to protect your vote, to ensure that your vote will count, so that the true verdict of the people.
Sammy, how would my vote count? If the polling station I voted in, there is no question about the validity of the result at that polling station. The argument now, a declaration electoral commission boss.
Because
hold on, let me finish. Declaration electoral commission boss, on the 9th, which really does not invalidate my vote at that polling station. Why should my vote
we are not
count?
saying any vote should be invalidated or cancelled.
So what should happen?
You see, in the 2012 election petition case, that petition, in my opinion, was about the selfish parochial interest of a presidential candidate who wanted to be present at all costs, candidate Ekosiisen, who went to court and said, Ghana for ma we are got millions of them. Because of duplicate serial numbers, presiding officer and sign, duplicate police station codes. Now you declare so your man penny.
Yeah, irregularities. You have not seen any irregularities.
Is your official be born in TMB? Your mama dear say no. Me my yin chagan and ni biabem. Their vote must count. And until don't cancel anyone's vote.
Yes.
Name on the total polling stations 38,000 and over no. See a kikaboom. Ye collation, constituency, region, national. The real figures after the coalition is what is supposed to be declared. And when the real figures are declared, now obia enya more than 50% of the total valid votes are runoff.
Yeah, that's true. Sana constitution.
And I'll say, yeah, baby. When I was a why you coalition now, working kind. Yeah, grandpa, yeah, what issues about coalition now? Yeah, ba say tie, you know. One tie, because the enfa letter no, your petition come out or reception. One tie, what declare what baby? What's in the padodo at 13,434,574. What's your man penny kufuado 6,700,000 and something thousand. O say akata chiman south ye de sa mani nyina ka John Mahama wo kro man penye kufu ado bewe ne ye se nsem a wo kan ye no wa wonu mu asem o ene edi wa asem ya kari ye hu sa wo boa ye bu nkunta ne sa wo man penye kufu ado nya 50 more than 50%. We nye serious issue a e wo se court hwehwem obi so omo ye mistake na sa wo ye mistake a enu po na e wo se ye wo de sa asem wo yakọ court na wo be kirem the genuineness of the so-called mistake you claim to have made and justify the so-called corrections you did. And I now simple questions are you are running helter-skelter and you are being protected from answering them. Obi, the issue is simple. The constitution of this country is supreme. Without that, we don't have a democracy. So if John Mahama has gone to court and he is not seeking to annul the votes of Ghanaians like candidate Akufo-Addo sought to do in the 2012 election petition case, but he is seeking say court to be my EC chairperson why ye juma in accordance with the constitution. Na candidate will more than 50% in Kwan the Becca say why a winner. The way so will be a nya ya runoff.
Yes.
Money be in the womb.
In the ultimately the simony so with this petition they say there will be a rerun of the election.
Yes, it's one of the
some argument.
Yes,
the Supreme Court needs you 2 more. There will be a rerun.
At West, it's one of the reliefs. But when you go to court as a lawyer, you should know that not all your reliefs.
Your reliefs will be granted. That's true.
But me, from where I stand, and I don't know whether I have permission to say this, but let me tell you, this is my personal opinion. From where I stand, and my understanding of the petitioner's case.
Yes.
And so far, responses are Alba Free Nanabi Mune
easy honor.
The worst case scenario would be say the EC will have to go and do the right constitutional declaration. That's for me the worst case scenario. And when they do that declaration, the lawyers know what that means. But finally, my man can't message about say Obi in Remetel Nunu 2005. In fact, that is what I was going to.
Yeah, the Supreme Court, speaking through Dateba, asserted that an error in EC declaration does not vitiate the validity of elections. All the EC would be required to do is to redeclare appropriately.
Worst case scenario, but let me show him the difference between in Roger Metinuni case, which is what the second respondent and if you like the respondents have relied upon for some preliminary objection or my reason. What do you say? Oh, Nana, just 1 minute. Obi, what is your case? That in Roger Metinuni case in the Supreme Court can say declaration who won Samoa. It is not a challenge
of the validity of the election,
like as provided under
64.1.
The difference between the Rojo Metinunu case and this case is that in the Rojo Metinunu case, they were challenging the form of the declaration. They said, the declaration should have included the names of polling stations and all that, and the specific results from polling stations and all that. What you say? And because the declaration of the 2004 presidential election did not conform with that form, Rojo Metinunu and the lawyers say the declaration is unconstitutional. Now, court say, what they did was there was nothing wrong with that. But you are not challenging the validity. But your case way different. We are not challenging the form of the declaration.
You are challenging the substance.
The constitutionality and the substance. that the substance of the declaration is unconstitutional because the declared winner did not attain more than 50% of the total valid votes.
Based on your own collation, and now say based on the results so declared on the 9th.
Based on the results,
which result was corrected on the 10th.
Which correction has subsequently been corrected and has subsequently been corrected. So Obi, and when me bisa question, bi no ho na me de man no besi. Woni na na bi nyina. Mo ma me answer. What was
the total
valid votes for the 2020 presidential election? Why will be trebia no? You be ma champagne. Eh dey. Enti no nana no ne time December then dey emfa.
Okay, mami.
Emfa 9 dey na
mami
na page. Paragraph 24 dey no. And dey website.
Would you want to take up the challenge, mami Tio?
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. The answer as filed on the 9th of January 2021. A year from the Electoral Commission.
On
Asempa now call paragraph 24. First respondents say below is the total of the valid votes obtained by each candidate at the time of the declaration on the 9th December 2020, and which total number is correctly stated in paragraph 12 of the petition. So when you call paragraph 12, so it's there. So maybe my brother is just trying to mischieve you because unless it be unkind.
121-111.
Yes.
Yeah.
But would you compare 10th the end of press release?
Oh no, can say a different from 10th.
11946.
Okay. Which one should we?
This is we should date to now. This is 9th January 2021.
And in your view, we should take this one.
And not true. What must I say? And so throw it now.
But no, say you're consistent. And the court will be minded to raise that issue. Okay. Which one should we take?
Yes, on the say the and electoral commission because say a year total valid vote.
Okay.
And I make catch and say unless it be a unya easy answer ni be and can. So when you easy answer ni be can be the minimum ya or call a year paragraph 24. It is there. And I was so much a cracker. Say the total
on Asempa
number is correctly stated in paragraph 12 of the petition. Or more petition. I want to make sure. Yes. Exactly. It told him that entina make us a there and as I'm not yet to so many case. Entino what shall be pay free money? Ni be piano sampa easy a young from so being to uncle. Na uncle ye. Nay, I just say, oh, me can as about to say a honor, no said. I did a jay as a moon today. You heard the worst, ni basic crana, you because is in conon position in MA. That is what will happen. But you see, Sammy, near the kind, Miss Shaw, or refer to the president of the land. Or activity Article 64.
Asempa
FM. Court or challenge the validity of the elections conducted. Our some polling stations be a corner. Oh, you see words like selfish, parochial, and a diamond. Oh, that we will see because of somebody's no. It was
you personalized it.
Be selfish, parochial.
That's what I meant. Saying on Asempa FM.
Chachu, me sure some matraha cassette. And also be almost a kind senior Frank Davis. You know me, you know, a senior by far. But what can also one in name being angry because what can say muni case. It may be no to pay. And now, when you bring a penny from Davis, of what say
Asempa FM.
Oh, intransigent because one follow court order. And I think it's an appropriate word to use. You can't say, what flout the directives of the court because what dream no person ya the fufuro. You can't say that. No, you see that word. Men can baby and can maybe come make us say chatu de enya ya tin de enya ni but ne conduct mako court will matter ene pen na over court. Bama wo ha. So wo hwe ne yakọ ne nkofo hwe o TV so. Ana make us say wo can Supreme Court etnasia especially when a election petition will be adwin wo so na attention nyina wo. You can't say what lower court to be. Intino yen train na yen twen wo lower court bi ana wo ye processes bi wo ye registration bi like wo file processes bi wo registry.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Yeah, how the manners I exhibited in court, it doesn't happen. It doesn't make us say, and yes, a bako pe. Bako, omienu nyina no my late. And I to so mienu biem. One time was so a court veterans, and I de bako me bombings on my court pants, omoka 9:30 and 9:30. Omoka 9:30. The one time no. This are to so mienu sadia, and I make us say, come here, say. I say, Omunya prepared for that. And it was part of the argument na me make intimacy minimasuma na make up. And the enye menu asamene beka ma asem ede mame. Now, asem obure mu. Etiefo bi enti no mu hu say ndisifo ni case ampa. Tio. Electoral Commission. Isi ano de Samia ma yate ase say they have not collated their own resource. Needi kan.
So one kasa.
They be one konta me kasa no. Tie me che wase. So anyway be ho no ma implied. What do I say?
But that is your understanding from what you heard me say.
Because only BB.
Yeah.
So we be catch say wo same who hold the press conference. Wo se mo am collation na wi.
Yes.
Asempa FM.
Na mo ye mo win one touch. O crowd wo the figure to was 53%. And now it was mo win by 53%. Moki kan mu there wo the figure to me kai akọ back. Wo so mo win one touch. Right. Okay, was one kasa.
Okay, one touch. But one for figure anka.
Me kasa. Ana was mo win. Sami enyo nkwa. Otuku no. Ni aminua. Me bra penny Elvis a free ankra. E kan bi. In fact, asem ni pompon so kra de omampani dada His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni fie no say omon so ma yom collation no ma wini one touch e ho no wie na se dun ketiade bi nso sa so omon so ma wini one touch etini na nka Ghana fo nyina hwehwe ne se mo keka mo pink sheet ni nyina si ani no former president Mahama nya say na mo keka na nado dan kwa Akufo-Addo nyedian si ani no so ono nso nya say eti na nado dan kwa Akufo-Addo ne ye die ne nya ye no ye hu se easy e de bia ye dey
Asempa FM.
ano mampani dada Mahama so ne onya ye no ye hu se easy ate so ye pink sheet na enie Ghana fa keke ne nyina si ani ba we there be enya sa no ma ye no ma ye ni e na samia chechi mu no isi aye mfomso miensa wohwem pa mfomso miensa ne dikan ebra na o declare no figure o use as total valid vote no ofumye oko use figure eye total vote cast etino ofumye ena obaye ena wosade eno no anka figures on so be just interpositional error na no na fumye also oka total valid votes no and okoka total vote cast na figure no ode no share okay efum so mienu anane to so mienu instead of 51.295 and na osaye no 51.595 it is on here in this for na no kre okay, cap percentages in here say ni abon say 100.3. Then he came back to correct it.
Ekosiisen on
When?
Asempa FM.
It's just within
A 10th there no.
Yes.
Okay.
No, come
No,
on.
maybe let him finish. Oh, yeah,
Chi. And
because the 10th there no only corrected the valid vote cast.
And later on, 100.3 in the buy, and I'm sorry, correct here. No, say no. Now it was supposed to be 51.295.
Was it in their answer to the petition?
Answer to the petition. And I make her say, it you know, Oma Jatum say, Oma yam from so. Then from so now, Oma Jeno, and young from so materially affected the outcome of the elections. Okay. And from some years, sir, Omo ye, you know. there was a difference of 1,001. That was the figure on the bar a year petition, and then the corrected version,
which is on the 10th day.
Yes, and another year we hear difference now 1,001. Okay, now Obi to Nina me na me ma introduction to that. NDC for say, Mammy, so one from ye, so one from young fowl. Yea, and the third one, Mammy San can't send back once and Masatos because I'll come back. What's that? Mammy Casanos was I can say 128,000 teaching myself.
Yeah.
Yet the Sa vote Nina, the ma a year
Candidate Mahama
Crana, and ya dear,
obey me
and make it a change we see.
Yeah.
And you know, Yabakoso Nyamiki declaration. Okay. And this is for say, they don't care whether you have corrected the total valid votes. 13,121,101. You found.
Omu yusu 13,400,000.
Exactly. Omu di inform who omu tise dogo bi no abe champion. Ono aso ayi mistake afa mistake. Ye de your party office. Ye nye your collation bia ye nkeka hwinsi ani. Ye de mistake na wa ye ne ginam. Ye nsesa ya adweda. Eno anu no. BBC anu asem na ni o. But
it is so because declaration is now law. CI 135. Which figure was used?
That's into law. C1315. Your gazette, you know. Yeah. And you're the correct one.
How do you know?
I'm telling you.
How do you know?
Nisi about the Casa. Obekasa say normal gazette, you know. A factor in the corrected figure.
Who would vouch? Why in the bill? Said you're more canny and okay. Well, they raised the point, say, Omoya correction, no party agents were there. So how do you know which figure was used?
Correction, we know. I just want to request agent. Because you see, Internet say, and Cardian can beat me for NDC for serious part.
Semper FM.
Go more copies, no mukutana, muke kesi ni. And no munya. Different figure, materially.
Yeah.
A bay affected the outcome of the elections. But I'm coming to talk about that. Oh, many as a medium piano ding. But now, why any press conference?
That is not their case. Case, the declaration. What was Gazette?
Messi Obi. Assembly ne mo do change say. Mo duplicate amo de maye. Mo pink sheet amo de maye no. Ye kesi ni no. Na nado dan ko kufu ado enwi. Asempa be ne change say di mu. Asempa FM ne te no. Asempa ben and the chance say yakeka ye de asiani ye kasi ani no na nado dan kwakufu ado adi ntwo wanwini na isi awia ye asempa bai and the chance they don't have it. In fact omaye eno mahu say ade na nado dan kwakufu ado wi but ni yenkoso ani nyina mistake na isi ye ni ni fa make case. That is your strategy. Nothing more, nothing less. Intino esi de na isi kwaba be correct it. Ude wunim
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
Se ude wo se wo mfa hwe nya adwuma kra na and the first mistake, and could be any say clear. The total valid vote, and the total vote.
Yeah,
so interpositional error make here. Including for 13,109 for 13,121,000. There be almost almost no
still almost 400.
Now what the press say? At the press say, who's always say? At the say me Petition South. Declaration in it.
Yes.
At the time, I'm not easy. Make his declaration.
Asempa.
Now you name the results from Petition.
Yes, name.
But on the 30th of December,
before someone filed a petition,
it was known. It was known. It is out of mischief. It is still now. Omokoso say yen stand 428,000 in
Mahama.
Are you serious? NDC for because with him Nana Ado Dankwa Ekufuado Techima South results in you 46,379,000. John Dramani Mahama 52,034. And think I will connect this results not known. And tell them one factor no in. But Kinchina or per se Ojina Electoral Commission declaration will make you say at the time I may ya me kuta figures ni nyinaa. Sɛ me de 128,000 no, ɛno yɛ extrapolation. Ɛde mamo kra na me calculate ɛde kama ma ho ɛnya ade amonya. But look, at the time I hear court no, there's nothing like extrapolation. The figures are known. It's had an amount for figures in Anshishim. Say, oh, former President Mahama, enya 52,000. Nanado Danko Kufara, enya 46,000. In the edition, Amat Nana enya 49,000, 49%, sorry. And now, former President Mahama 46 Debbie. Almost 46 now, we are no so run off. No. Almost at the 128,000 as I am calculation. Oh, I won't petitioning.
Petitioning.
Oh, my propaganda.
Almost 128,000 in
almost happening.
And Omusu 13 million 400 and something.
Yes.
Also.
Oh, man, can be to was it?
Some media muye, no.
Messi,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Paragraph 15.
Okay.
2. Baby, almost 49.
No, that's all the wrong. So you
yes, Omudi from paragraph 6. And now Omudi kind equity Mrs. Adukwi. Na Lebi Obinyaha to was one.
We sure say a woman.
Oh, me say, I go forward. I don't know. Oh, and conform my yard. I do my yard.
He's talking about the video.
I started here. Paragraph 14. In purporting to declare second respondent as the winner of the presidential election, Mrs. Jane Aduki Mensah also stated that currently the election results we have declared exclude that of Techiman South constituency, with a voter population of 128,018. The said election results are not ready because they are being contested. Even if we were to add 128,000 full results to the results of the second candidate, it would not change the outcome of the election. Hence, our declaration of the 2020 presidential results without Techiman South. 15. The Techiman South constituency has a total registered vote population of 128,000. If added to the total valid vote announced by Mrs. Jinaduki as cast, 13 million 430. The resultant figure will now be 13 million 562. Paragraph 16. Consequently, if all the votes in Techiman South constituency were added to the petitioner's votes, second respondent votes will remain the same as 6.7 million 30418, now yielding 49.625%, whilst the vote of the petitioner would increase to 6,342,907, now yielding 46.78. It's almost 428,000 in their own petition. Can you imagine? And at the time you filed this petition, the results were on. So why do you have to go and extrapolate? Say 128,000 infinite amount. And this is captured. Paragraph 14, 15, and 16. Your own petition. Make us or not petition. Explain. I didn't and I'm from Obi.
You have misinterpreted it.
You notice. We'll come to you and you explain.
Paragraph 16. Consequently, if all the votes in Techiman South constituency were added to the petitioner's votes, second respondent's vote will remain the same. That is Nanado Danko Kufuado. Because you had for a Mubako Kranya, the Emano. Nanado 42,009, the second respondent's vote will remain the same. Now yielding 49.625%. Whilst the vote of the petitioner, in this case, former President Mahama, would increase. Yeah, the 128,000 actually Wafa. Hey, that's all I'm there. It will increase to 6,342,907, yielding 46.768%.
Now, sir, are based on the declaration of the 9th. Which declaration has
that
been...
That is why I make catcher will say already figures no more using. Okay? Yes. That is why I make kind, sir. the preceding 2 paragraphs no so we show they are still using the 13,434,576
because based on that figure and a woman car say or the
valid vote no na from so wa be correct it omo de ho no mugina. I was only trying to demonstrate to you say 128 I say me kan I say there be nyesa no ye no me hwe cross there be nyesa Samuel sure say mon petition went to me akin kan mo because make a
Asempa FM.
Obi inti waji wo de oji
no I've read it my kind
it's what kind also
mani
final point maybe almost can be wrong aggregation of votes and no can vote pardon valid vote no can vote pardon na wonim some a press conference be and some people na hear from petition some can CNBC ni say wo hwe padded votes no kana ekikako be 500,000 was a day okay can say hu manya no tugu mu wo hwe omo petition and on petition na me de ye adwuma on petition na me de ye adwuma me nko ba bia omo petition
Asempa FM.
we have wrong aggregation of vote now we vote pardon now we can see here it's just about 6,620 in fact easy crab out Ababeka say no credit in their answer.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
But you see, with the purposes of argument, you need come. What's the wrong aggregation of vote and a vote pardon? A boo or crampa. We hear on one inch when a boo on it, maybe beat me, comma, President Mahama. Yeah, it being so aquaman and nado, nanomiti on one kumbo. And yes, 6,000 or 7,000 approximately. Materially, it cannot affect the outcome of the elections. But it appears you want to waste everybody's time. Materially, it cannot affect it. Because the difference I can see only over 500,000. 500,000. First of all, Same and some can medical can me boni nya tofa no abem no masabem. Omo any evidence bi asa yakeka yen ye figure se ani enu nti yakeka se ani no na nado danko akufado anwini former president Mahama ana anwini sa claim no enye no kre debi omo nyina so nyina no eye mfomso a eye obapa jidmensan ye no eno mso mo de nya de ombe sakire omadwen da once a wo so aye mfomso no ehwa na egina enya ade a ye be free ho enu ani eno mo de abeduru hasi enu nti na wo hwe ne nkomodie mu a enya ade obeka sa amana bre ne nkofokuru so
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Very carefully. So in the worst case scenario, a whole bit. This is my own thinking. This is my because on person will be calmer and call for nakasa. Yeah, some no Lucy. And once you be catch. Oh, Sammy T. Because on person or be cano giddy. Now kwa huntino. In the worst case scenario, no you be catch. Easy and say. We figure
sign a declaration.
Kona koye declaration ibi na ehwe na enye yi. Asem na ni obi.
Henry na naboache lawyer ni Sami Nyabotre. Etiefu otie yen. Ma men kan message tobo David tobo.
Obekan message be 1 hour.
Sami Nyabotre. Me need our time not to even read 1 hour. Obi, good evening. It is an interesting discussion you are having with Sami and Nana. I'm rather curious to know how they have gone from having evidence to declare President Mahama as president-elect to now with evidence that, in fact, he didn't even cross 47% of valid vote cast. I'm happy they are in court to expose, in quote, the EC. It seems the goalposts keep being shifted. Albert is in Takrade. On top of my head, I can at least ascribe 2 instances and reasons for the difference in the figures. 1, the chairperson inadvertently using total vote cast instead of total valid vote during the declaration. 2, the issue of Techiman South result, which at the time of declaration had not been incorporated in the result as declared, which has however been subsequently added to the result. With these 2 instances, you should expect difference in the figures. Idi Muhayuddin. Good afternoon, Obi. The petitioners themselves don't seem to have the willingness to take the matter anywhere. They just keep shifting the goalpost. It's becoming very nauseating. What former President Mahama and his NDC are seeking to do is to bastardize the court before the public. Simpliciter. Eduanaba Kweku Amponsa ewo abeka. And ono the way a brain. Let me see the other ones we have here. Now for share intimate and twasso. We say it is true. Supplementary is subject to the leave to be granted by the court, and the court may refuse to grant leave for a supplementary. Cheers to you and your panel. Let me see the other ones we have here. Now, some points say.
Ekosiisen on
So,
Asempa FM.
Sami Jenfi feels respect must be accorded to Chachu and Tony Letha, but not Frank Davis and the others. He claims Nanabi spent 10 minutes on trivialities, but Sami uses equal time to respond and rebut. Funny world. Sampine, Regional Secretary, NPP. We say, let me see. Obi, indeed, there is a lawyer and there is a lawyer. Kudos to Nana for the fantastic education. Rainbow, Ewo, Kaswa. I'll come to Sami, but Sami, Nyabotre. And we've done some 42 minutes after 5. Meba, Sami Tobo, Nyabotre, mame.